Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directive. Welcome to my channel. Here we generally work with the energies of the moon, but today we're going to talk about the energy of the sun. The sun is in Libra, and for you, Leo, that puts it in your third house of communication. And so there's going to be a lot of emphasis on that, plus relationships, because it's Libra. So communication in the relationship realm might not be out of the norm for the month. Things to be really paying attention to. So we have a new moon that happens in Libra on the 28th. So plant your seeds of intention in regards to short distance travel, communications, siblings, and then in a full moon happening in your ninth house of research and long distance travel and spiritual development happening, or spiritual communication, I should say, happening on the 13th of October. And so that will be, and what do you need to let go of, release, so maybe limiting ideas so that you can get to the truth of something by doing the research. Maybe what do you need to handle to get out of the way so you can manage maybe you want to go on a long distance trip, you want to go on a vacation, what do you need to do to accomplish that? What's standing in your way to having good communication with spirit? So things like that would be what would be on order to kind of release with that. New moon intention will take 6 to 18 months to get you to where you want to go. Okay, so yesterday I went and I sat on the lake and in meditation on each of the signs in preparation for today. And so what I did was, when I do that, I like to take a deep breath in, let it out, and really center into the energy. And then what do I notice? Okay, so what caught my attention first was a little Shih Tzu. Like, I don't even know where he came from because there was no dogs on the beach, and all of a sudden there was a Shih Tzu. And so I wrote it down. So just before I came on camera with you, I looked it up, and you know what a Shih Tzu is? It was a breed that was made in Tibet that was supposed to emanate the qualities of a little lion. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So what is that about? That is about you not being prideful, but having pride. You being willing to work in cooperation with others, to be in control and in charge, yes, but in cooperation. Don't be too stubborn, right? Shih Tzus are very stubborn little dogs, and when they do that, they don't really get what they want. They usually end up getting people mad at them, and then they're punished, right? So working in cooperation with others, but boundaries, like I'm who I am, and so stepping into your power in a very positive way will be a good idea. And then I heard some music, and I have no idea where it came from. I was on a lake, but it was like very faint, and it was kind of haunting, and I really couldn't pull it all the way in. And so I feel like spirit is trying to communicate with you. But it feels like the past trying to reach you, like something from the past is like drawing you in, but you can't quite figure out what it is. You can't quite reach it. And then the next thing I saw were flags, but they were drooped. They were sad. It was like they weren't snapping in the wind. They weren't full of their energy. They were a little deflated. And so I thought maybe you were feeling a little deflated. And so now that I know what the Shih Tzu is, I feel like step into your power, right? In a very positive way. There was such a sense of nostalgia, though. That was the thing. It's like there was like this, I wish things were different. I wish things could have worked out like I was hoping they would work out. And then I heard a lawnmower, and it was like this constant hum. It came through like the other sounds, and it was like, but don't waste too much time on the weeds of the past. Cut out what's not working so that you can have that beautiful landscape of your life, create the beautiful landscape in your life that you want, because it's time to start moving forward. And so there feels like with that full moon, even though it's in the ninth house, I feel like there's going to be some releasing of some ideas, some thoughts that you were so sure about, some things you're going to have to let go of. You may have to do the research in order to determine what to let go of, but I feel like that's going to be a part of this. So before I go any further, because I don't want to forget, I am offering the opportunity. I have 15 time slots available to do a reading that will be using the same cards I'm using today, plus some additional cards, but it'll be specific to you. If you email me with your sun and your moon, and if you know your rising, that'd be great, because I can pull on that energy to give you a much better quality reading if you can do that. And that's only $19.99. So that's a very personal kind of reading for like about 30 minutes for only $19.99. I usually charge at least $1 a minute, depending on what the reading is, and so it's a pretty good deal. But since I already have the cards picked out, I don't have to spend time so much on that. And it's not a question, so I don't have to meditate into the question. I'm going to meditate into the energy of how this month is going to affect you. And so we're going to get into the chakra insight. We're going to figure out which of your chakras you need to be working on and aligning, and what would be the best way to go about that, because it's Libra season and it's about relationships. I'm going to use the true love relationship cards, because I always feel it's important to know what financial steps we should take next. I have the Angels of Abundance cards. What does your soul want you to know? So soul coaching, like this is like that loving message from Spirit. And when I was talking to, I think it was Cancer, all of a sudden I saw in my head the postcards from Spirit. So I'll pull those off, so I don't have that with me. And the dragons, because it's important, I think, during this time of transition to know what spiritual guides to kind of lean on, to lean into, what kind of avenues can you rely on. And again, always, Spirit wants to help. You have to ask. You have to ask. So, your cards for your overall energy for this month that I have for the general reading are, oh, this is nice. You have the ladybird. You have the ladybird, which is a ladybug. So I guess in some parts of the world it's called a ladybird, because that's what it says on here. Oh, I never noticed this before. She's like riding up on like a dandelion. So this is wishes and dreams going up into. That's so beautiful. Anyways, it says, accept happiness and good fortune. So I feel like, and it's on a spiral, and the spiral is going round and around, right? But seeing things from a higher perspective with the wisdom and the knowledge that you've gained from past experiences. But accepting the happiness. So I feel like opportunities are coming to you. Be aware of them. Pay attention. And accept them. Like don't dwell in the past so much. Don't dwell in that negative energy. Release it. Allow it to pass. You have dear. Trust in the support of the universe. So you do have support out there. You do have help. Trust and accept these opportunities that are coming to you. You have the sheep. Okay, so the Tibetans wanted the little dogs to look like little llamas. So we have sheep. But anyways, it says act with fortitude and cooperation, which was the message of the Shih Tzu. So how cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, act with fortitude and cooperation. So opportunities are coming to you. Do have support. I think what's going to be important is that you don't be so prideful that you don't accept the help, that you don't be too demanding, that help is withdrawn, right? So accept it with gratitude. That sheep, it says it's Archangel Gabriel and hope that are the forces behind that. So maintaining hope and communication, right? It's in your third house. So there you go. Wow. Love it when it all comes together like that. So I'm doing the 9-card spread. If you've never seen this before, the center card is the key to the situation. We discussed thoughts, feelings, and actions. And you should check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. I have not been mentioning it. There's just too much going on. There's just too much going on. Oh, that is a ton of cards there. Okay. All right. Wow, you have a lot of cards. Spirit is going to be chatty today. So let's go. Let's go. So the overall energy is the scribe. This is that research. This is that communication. That is that 9th house activity. So focusing on that to help you get the information that you need. Ooh, I feel like you need to release, you need to create space for. So what do you need to release to create space for you to have the opportunity to journal, the opportunity to do the research, the opportunity to allow this kind of communication with spirit through journaling is such a great way to communicate with spirit. So the key to the situation is the King of Scrolls. So again, the journaling. This is the assessing where you are, looking to the future, paying attention to the details. This tower in the back points to something that's very key, so we'll see what that is when we get there. This is planning ahead. This is thinking about what's next. See the path opening before him? Where's he going to go? But there's a gate behind him. Closing the doors to something, and where are you going next? That's what that feels like. Ending a situation so that you can move forward. In the recent past, this is nice. This is the Two Worlds was in the reverse, and that's why I say it was nice. Because when it is like this means that you are turning around and you are noticing. You are observing that there's something so much better, so much brighter than the drudgery of your life in front of you. Instead, you're turning around and you're looking out and you're seeing that there are so many more opportunities, something so much better out there that your life does not have to suck and feel like drudgery. So, okay. Wow. Everybody, okay. Wow. Everybody's pointing to everybody else. So you have the Architect. So currently on your mind, you are thinking about what are my next steps? What do I do next? That's the key to the situation. But, okay, so this guy's pointing to this, right? The King of Scrolls is pointing to the Architect, but the Architect was in the reverse, which means it's pointing to this. So, if you haven't turned around to see all the opportunities that are out there, because this isn't the House of Books and Secrets, it's time to do that. If you are missing this, it says accept happiness and good fortune. So if you are still looking at your life like it is a hot mess, instead of noticing all the opportunities available to you, I feel like it's time to turn around and say, wait a minute, my life doesn't have to be like this. I can create what I want. There's support around you. You know, act with cooperation to move your life forward in a positive manner. Not focusing on the drudgery, but instead looking for the opportunities. And in the future, we have another community card. This is initiation, though. This is learning. This is studying. This is knowledge from spirit. This is 9th house activity. So this is this opportunity, creating the space to get there. What do you need to release to create the space so over the next 6 to 18 months, you can have better communication with spirit? And I believe you will get there through journaling. Journaling feels really important, but fire signs also a lot of times it's like what I did yesterday. That was very active meditation. That wasn't me just sitting there. It was me planning that I was going to be there, letting spirit know. I told spirit like the day before, this is what I'm going to do. And this is when I'm going to do it. And then I showed up there, and so it was the plan, and then it was very active listening. It was active feeling. It was active observing. And so it is a meditation, and messages came to me that way, and it is my preferred way to meditate, to be honest, because then it's always interesting to look up new things for me. I'm always looking up the spiritual meaning of whatever to get to where I'm going. So you have reflection in the house of the mice, in the past, in the heart area. So this is the anxieties, the things that were chipping away at your situation. And when we have reflection in the reverse, that tells me that you need to do a little deep diving, first off, into your emotional waters. But it also tells me that you were in a situation where what you're putting into the relationship or what you need in a relationship is reflecting out. So if you enter a relationship in a not powerful position, if you're going in not like the lion with the self-confidence, but instead are going in like some sort of a victim, like coming out of some heartbreak and you needed to be rescued, well, you may have been rescued, but eventually you're going to heal and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I don't need you bossing me around telling me stuff all the time, because you're that lion, that pride comes out, right? And so a lot of times we get the teachers we need And maybe you needed someone to teach you, no, I need to be self-reliant. And so you had someone that was always dictating and making you feel like your life was full of drudgery and all these chores and work to do. And you're like, but I'm capable of so much more. So when that happens, when you release yourself from a situation like that, it's because you learned the lesson that you needed to learn in order to move forward. And so that is a very positive thing. That's a great thing. It's just a hard lesson to learn. But now look at you. Look at you. Oh my goodness. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You are observing the landscape of all that you are the queen of all that you survey. That is you stepping into your power. That's also, though, being receptive. This is interesting because they're looking at each other. The king and the queen are looking at each other. And the queen is an earth sign, and the keys is like an earth sign, and the king here is like a air sign. And so they're looking at each other, they're assessing the situation, they're making determinations about, but she's looking back and he's looking forward. So we have an earth sign that, you know, looking back, air sign moving forward. This may be in your chart, this may be relevant, this may not be relevant. It could just simply be the energy of assessing the future by observing what you've already created, what you already have, and utilizing that to build where you're going next. Okay. Spirit really wants you to be in contact with them. Make time for Spirit. Make space for Spirit. Oh, I know I wanted you to journal because of this card right here, the Scribe. Okay. I was like, why would that seem so important? Okay, the Akashic Library. This is the records of all your past lives, of all the lessons you've learned, of what you came here to do this time. All that information is stored in your personal records, and your higher self knows what that is. The Hilaron can help you access this. Your spirit guides. This information is available to you. You need to be able to tap into it. And automatic writing is an excellent way to tap into that. When you just start journaling about stuff starts coming out and you're like, I didn't know I was thinking that. Because it's now you're channeling your higher self, you're channeling spirit, you are channeling and getting information out of your Akashic records. Also, there are readers, Alma Lightworker is one of them, who can do an Akashic records reading for you if you would find that useful. Okay, in the current situation, you are looking at the mess around you. You feel like you have lost something. You feel, it feels financial, it feels really... But I feel like you've made a decision. You've made a decision. Things are no longer up in the air. You are feeling like there's a loss that has resulted from that. But with that loss, I think you recognize the balance that is coming. There is balance. Things are not so up in the air anymore. You're feeling more grounded. You're feeling more balanced. Yes, you suffered a loss, but look what you gained. Will, wisdom, and mind. This is the trifecta. This is you using all of your intellectual knowledge, the wisdom gained through life experience, and the willpower. The willpower to go out there and create, make the plans for your life and decide what it is that you want to do. You don't have to, instead of looking to the past, you can be looking to the future. So we're going to flip this upright. I want you forward looking. The lesson from the past is you don't want to live in that drudgery. So let's move forward to what you're going to initiate yourself into the next community, the lessons, the knowledge you're going to get, and allow yourself to become the queen of all you survey. Whether you're male or female, it does not matter. So the divine physician is about healing. This is about the necessary steps to take, and it looks like it's going to take about a year to get there, or you could be healing within the next 3 months. Because we just hit today the equinox, and I don't remember if I mentioned that I did readings. They are $1.99 per sign. That's a very general reading. So if you want to look at the next 6 months ahead, that's available too. But look at this. We're in autumn. The equinox just happened starting on the 23rd. The equinox just happened. And so we have fall that just started. And so this healing could take place over the next 3 months if you allow for it. If you don't keep looking to the past here. And this card right here, If you turn this upside down, there is a treasure chest that falls open and you find the hidden treasure. The lesson that was learned, the thing about yourself that you're developing, the opportunities and the luck that are coming in, and the support. And so you don't need to be feeling unhappy and miserable. Good things are happening. You just need to notice them. And you need to use that will, that wisdom, use your mind, your intellect to make plans for the future, to be the architect of your life, to do the healing. This one too. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Doubling down on the balance. Finding that balance, that sweet spot, not allowing yourself to dwell in the negative energy, and understanding part of this is the hand of fate, part of this is the creativity of you. So you're co-creating with spirit. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to look like? But balance. Right now, there's a lot of focus on bringing the balance back into your life. Like things are a little topsy-turvy, right? You're kind of like drowning in your emotions. But things are looking better. But just remember that what you put out into the universe, the way you treat people, is what comes back to you. So when I see this cooperation here, I feel like if there's a situation that is settling out between you and other parties, be it at work, be it in a relationship, because we have this group, this group here. Find a way to cooperate. Speak kindly, work in cooperation to get to where you want to go. That's part of the process. We have the King of Scrolls here. That's definitely about words, using your words properly. I start talking about the situation and I choke up and my eyes are watering. That's pretty bad. Oh, Gil, your wishes are coming true. Your wishes are coming true. You're going to do just fine. Your wishes are coming true. I can see that you've had a really tough go here, but things are no longer up in the air. There's healing happening, and it's happening now. It's happening now. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it could be that you have to wait another 6 months. But since I'm doing these things up here, I don't really understand how the timing on that works exactly. So you apply it to what does it feel like to you? Does it feel like it's happening now? Then it would be now. If it feels like it's about 6 months off, it could be 6 months off. But you have support. Remember, you're not alone. You have unfinished symphony. You need to have some loose ends in order to move forward. That's part of the process. We have mending and we have building. So there is something that's been left undone. That's why there's this deciding of what to do forward, to moving forward, but then there's the building. And there's the healing. And so, mending the bridges, cooperation, opportunity, support around you. Who can you work with to build what you want, to get to where you want to go? All is not lost. You gained knowledge, and now it's just time to find your balance and understand that your wishes are coming true. So maybe you wanted to heal a relationship. There looks like there's an opportunity there for that. Definitely does. Maybe it's communication, so it's really hard to say. Maybe there was a rift in the family because it's in the communication. It's in the sector of your siblings. Maybe you're mending some bridges there. It's about finding your balance. I am so itchy. I mean, spirit is just like all over this reading. Get in contact with spirit. Spend some time. Do the automatic writing. When you start writing about what you're thinking and what you're feeling, your true, authentic thoughts and feelings will come out and you will know what to do. That's what I just heard. So, these two. Okay. All right. Celestite. I hear, see, notice, and understand the messages of the divine. Do the writing. Do the journaling. I am a conduit for goodness and prosperity. I receive inspiration and good wealth. Ladybug. Clear quartz. I am a clear channel of love, light, and well-being. All my heart's desires are realized now. Your wishes are coming true. You have maintained an organized approach to life. Manifest goals with ease. Experience a solid foundation. Be grounded and focused and realize financial freedom. You have Pyrite. Oh my gosh. This is Pyrite. This is such a Leo stone to me. It's all shiny. It's all shiny, like the sun. It says, my confidence is rock solid. I take positive actions to manifest my goals. You can get whatever you want here. I think you just need to decide what it is that you want. Finding the balance, using your will, wisdom, and mind. It looks like right now. And a healing of a situation. So, looks good. All right, Leo, congratulations on all that. We will chat soon. I'll be back to do the weeklies. If you would like that private reading or if you'd like to purchase one of the $1.99 Equinox readings, send me an email and give me the information on your sun, your moon, and your rising. And if on the Equinox ones you want to like peek in on somebody else's 6 months, that's okay too. It's $1.99, so you can afford to do that. All right. We will talk soon. You take care.